So there is still poor internet for this particular one. Of course, cybersecurity, especially hacking or ethical hacking, requires a super internet. And as we are in trend, internet issue is one of the things already we are facing. So here, as I was saying, this particular reconnaissance is just a simple penetration testing in order for us to gather information. In order for us to gather information. So here, we already have, it tells us that there is no IP address being found for the particular penetration testing we are going, or the information that we are going to gather. But it gave us an email that is someone at example.com and test@example.com and testing1 at example.com. And also, it found no host because of the internet. If it had listed the internet, there would have been another command in order for us to limit those hosts to 100 or 50. But because we do not have an amount of hosts being listed or no amount of hosts being listed there, so there is no need for that particular command here or that particular line of command to be written in our penetration testing. So this particular Harvester is an open source platform which everyone can use. It does not require you to install in another platform. Rather, the moment you install or you set up your Kali-Linux virtual machine, it's already in the platform. We would have seen huge number of hosts already that we would have continued to actually harvest information from. But because of the internet, it actually stopped here. We have a www.example.com and the 3 emails, and no person was found and no host was found. Okay, host found was one, which is the www.example.com, which is here. So this is the reconnaissance aspect of cybersecurity. You gather information about people, and the other aspect has to do with another tool. But we are here just to introduce this particular tool to you, which is the Harvester tool, that you can make good use of this particular tool and perform your reconnaissance in order for you to proceed with another penetration testing. Thank you very much.
That was the right event that explored everyone. To the department. There was one particular student. He's outgoing now. We call him Programmer Kamara. He said, so Monday, what's in our boys' school? You know, the department, the work that we have to do, the determination and the focus we have to put in to go through this particular department is very discouraging for women. That's why there is mostly men and few women. But I am proud to say, with the few women, we have outstanding performing women in this department. Wherever you take them, whether into hackathons, to creating websites, to creating malwares, the front end, the back end, you name it, there is one in particular. The rest that I've heard of are gone, but the one that I'm seeing now with us is spectacular. Allow me to introduce a very wonderful performing female in our department, like created as an expert in software engineering. No other person but Asana Fu.
We have a previous website that was created on this number. It was actually created for this. So President Malala wanted me that we need to improve that website and move it from WordPress to React. So that is why we come with this simple website. So we have 3 main missions. One of the missions is academic excellence, research and innovation, and ethical learning. These are all important in the computer science department. And also our mission. We want to make computer science department. Then, under here, you're going to see a short description of Mr. Ahmad Oliver. He was actually one of the best students of the science department ever been to. He is the head of all the IT and computer and any brief explanation and more especially his focus area. These clubs are we have 6 of them. The main purpose of this club is to like students together. Let's say I'm good at coding. There are students who are not good at coding. So for you to learn more, you have to join these clubs. As you can see, we have 6 clubs. We have the software engineering, cyber security, multimedia, and data science. Let's say you are interested in cyber security. All you need to do is to contact the head of this club. If you don't have access to the head of the club, you can either contact Usman Pefaki, who is also the club coordinator. And also, we have the event tab. These event tab are just the list of activities that are going to happen this academic year. All these events are going to happen this academic year. We have 9 of them. And presently, we are having CS Alpha. So CS Alpha, this is just a brief explanation of what CS Alpha is. We are going to bring students together to motivate them, to teach them more about computer or computer science. We also have one of the events that are going to happen this first semester, which is the interclass league. This is where we are 1 student to compete with their 2 students in football match. There are 2 compete with their 2. And finally, the winner will have a trophy or money if we organize it. And also, second semester, we are going to have one of the biggest events, which is the dinner event. This is where we recognize students. We recognize students for their best performing. Let's say for the best class. We have the best class. Let's say we have the best male students, one which is Bezumara, and also we have the best female students, which is India Komba. So within an event, we are going to recognize them, give them award for their performance in class. And also, we have already hosted this, but I use the local road because of the network. So if you search for CS Similar.app, you are going to have it in your phone. It's online because of the network, that's why I use the local road. So let's say you share this link to someone, and then the person wants to know more about the department. All the person needs to do is to come to the contact page, and then whether the person might go to the Ibadan campus or we leave a message for our interview. So we are open to more suggestions to improve the website. Thank you all.
Thank you very much. A round of applause, please. The members of our cybersecurity club is full of young enthusiasts that are not willing to let this chance slide. So, because of the internet disruption, we are going to give them another chance to run their presentation once again.
I'm sorry for the interrupt. Now we are fixing. Of course, now we have ready to go QR code here. So my mother here will scan it and then send his or her his credentials. Sorry. I will have been waiting for him to enter his credentials. As As you can see up here, it's the victim connected, and then with the victim IP address, and then we are waiting for him to enter. Okay, now we have the credential capture here. As you can see up here, credential capture. Now we have the number, the Facebook number that he registered with, access to his account. Now we have facebook.com here. So we copy the number. Now we come back to our browser and then we paste the number here. Now we go back to our terminal, then we copy the password. Now we have logged in to the individual Facebook account based on the standard he did, and then we have hacked into our account. So the thing of cybersecurity is not about only single password. It is about vigilance. There are times you need to be vigilant. You need to know your action that you'll be doing. Now, some of the preventive measures for you not to be a victim of QR phishing are always avoid to scan randomly, and then always scan in a trusted place. Of course, try to confirm the URL as well, and then lastly, use some of the QR scanners that always detect for malicious links. So, to see it all, we would like to extend our sincere gratitude to Mr. Sadifu Samura, who is our club leader, for being with us all this while. And thank you all. Stay cyber safe. Thank you. Sorry for the
our current president, Mr. Mara, is going to do a short presentation of something he wants to show all of us.
Okay, so thank you all for being patient with our cybersecurity club. You know that was hectic, but we came through. This is why we are called problem solvers. So today, I'd like to showcase a prototype, not a full product or already made. It's basically an idea right now. It's called Uso. Uso from the native Kono dialect. I think it's first time or something like that. So we all know that we are facing challenges in terms of getting internship opportunities, not only as a department but as a university as well. So this is why we decided to make something like this. This is is just a prototype, but God willing, we will accomplish it. So KUSO is for internship opportunities, wherein companies post internship opportunities and students can browse through and apply. Shortlisting and all can be done in-app because we want it to be a mobile application. So first, this is the sign-in page we already designed. So let's just have the flow of the application. So if you sign in, so this person just sign in as a student. If you sign in as a student, you will see various internship opportunities. So as a student, you can view the internship. You will see the title there, IT Support Associate, description, the industry, in this case it's information technology. You will also see the deadline for the application, whether it's a remote internship or on-site. So you can also apply as a student. You can also apply as a student, and you can view your profile, update your CV, edit your profile, put in all your credentials, your email, university contact, university, your GitHub links, and whatever links you have. So this solves a particular problem which all of us are facing. I am a final year student, but yet to get an internship. And I can proudly say that I know what I do, I know my stuff, but I am yet to get an internship. If we get support to build something like this, whether it's from the administration or whosoever, our guests, anybody, we can achieve something like this. It can also help companies. Some companies are also looking for internship, but there is no specific platform that is responsible for that. So this is just a prototype. If we have the support we need and require, within a month, we will get this up and running. So thank you.
We are here as students with our distinguished guests and our able staff. You see, we all ask for application. We need for call upon with Papa. With Papa need for can talk to. The person I'm calling upon has his first degree in computer science here at the University of Makeni. Then pursued his master's in software engineering at Nankai University in China. He also works and facilitates at the Tech Hub of the University of Makeni here, and lots of inspirational work he has done. He has also ascended to being our head of department for more than 5 years. We love him. We appreciate him. I'm calling upon Mr. Kalombo.
Thank you. Good afternoon. And finally, he was our president when we were in St. Francis. So he has a whole lot of experience. I want to ask you all to please ask any tech-related questions to these panelists. They are well-experienced people. I don't want to go into details right now about certain things that I want to present to you, but let me start with one. which is called Kahoot. Kahoot is a platform that lecturers in other countries, especially in Spain, Austria, and I think Kenya, are using to test the knowledge of students about a particular subject. Today we are here to launch CS Alpha, which is a very important milestone in our department. And we know CS Alpha is a movement created by students. And this movement that has been created by students is powered by students. And it is built to support students who want to move in the tech directions, especially in the field of cybersecurity, data science, artificial intelligence, and I want to introduce to you this Kahoot. By testing your knowledge, I will take a total of 10 participants. So now, let me tell you how it works. Yeah? We are going to test your knowledge in cybersecurity, data science, artificial intelligence, and software engineering. This is general knowledge, just to know how far are you with these particular modules. The pin is loading, and I'm going to accept only 10 scans. A QR code will appear. You scan the QR code, enter your name and the pin. They will ask for what your, how do you call it? Not your real name, but your nickname. They will ask for your nickname, you enter your nickname and the pin. Then a question will appear. So let me ask what the stronger internet here. So far, I'm really impressed with the work the current government has done. You all might agree with me that for the past years, we haven't had anything like this, right? All the other governments, I'm not crying anyone down, right? But this is unique. Their vision and focus is clear from the onset. Right? It's not about making money for the department. You people are here partially not to make money, but to learn something new. Something that all of us must grab, we make the best out of it. I want to applaud Mara and his team and the entire computer science department. I'm really impressed also with the turnout because I was not expecting a lot of people. You know, whenever there is a gathering, especially in our culture, where we don't have any idea, 14 people normally don't show up. But I think I'm impressed with the number. Fine. So now I just need 10 people, 10 volunteers who want to show their skill or who wants to tell us how much they know about data science, cybersecurity, artificial artificial intelligence and software engineering. The only thing that you need to do is to scan the QR code. Who wants to volunteer? Okay. So now I think people are scared and they don't want to. So you can do it without entering your name. You just can't go enter your name, you can enter any character. You just scan the QR code. So we have one participant. Two. Three. So now I'm going to start the quiz. Difficult with a particular module. You can use artificial intelligence or maybe ChatGPT. You ask that most of you here don't sleep. The only difference between you and others is the awareness. Because the moment you become aware about any particular tool or software, you take that advantage. So now I'm starting the quiz. CL5 Alpha Icebreaker. 3, 2, 1, go. Now the quiz is starting. We have a maximum of 20 questions. What is the main purpose of cybersecurity?
To protect systems and data for attackers.
So the answer should appear. We have two answers. It's to protect system and data.
Yes.
It is to protect system and data from attack. We are moving to the next question. We have a total of 2 answers and both answers are correct. Now, answering the question correctly is just, you are fulfilling just one requirement. The other requirement is how fast you answer the question. Now the next question. So we have MSK, we don't know who is with 5566 and Kudo with 528. The next question, which of the following is a strong password? And these are the passwords.
Isako.
6 answers, 7.
Yellow.
Okay, we have a total of 7 answers. The strongest password among these passwords is the password that is in yellow, right?
Yellow, yeah.
Now let's see which of the list. MSK. Next question, a cyber attack that tricks user into giving personal information is called. I'm expecting the cybersecurity team.
Phishing.
A cyber attack that tricks user into giving their personal information is called phishing, right?
Yeah.
8 answers, all correct. But who leads? MSK still maintain the first position. The next one is, which device helps protect a network from unauthorized access? Which device helps protect
Firewall.
a network from unauthorized access?
Firewall.
Mouse, firewall, printer, scanner.
Firewall.
I don't know, some people are not responding. We have a total of 8 participants. 11 participants, but only 8 are responding.
And Fred.
The network. So MSK, probably MSK has the fastest internet here. So which of the following is not malware?
Not a malware.
Trojan, worm,
Antivirus.
and ransomware.
Antivirus.
We have 7 answers, and 4 answers are correct. It's antivirus. Whoa, alpha. Alpha. But now, there is a catch. There is a catch. You can stay at the top for like, let me say 18 questions. You get them all correct. The person that is at the second position also has all those 18 questions correct. There is a tiny difference between the first and second person. Now, if you see here, we have what? 3038, right? 3038 score. And the second person is what? 2919. So the difference is not much. With only one question, or like you answer that question particularly faster than the person that was at the first position, you're definitely going to move to the first position. So let's continue. The sixth question, data science mainly involved cooking food, understanding and analyzing data, painting, building houses.
Analyzing data.
The answer is analyzing data. We have 6 respondents. All 6 got it correct. Now let's see who maintained the first position. Alpha still maintained the first position. MSK has disappeared. Alright, now what is a data set? What is a data set? A collection of data, a computer hardware, a programming language, or a mathematical formula. We have 8 answers, 7 got it correct. Now let's see who maintains the first position. Alpha maintains. But you have to be, Alpha, you have to be careful with, is it Barry? Barry has 4,323, whilst Alpha has only 4,348. So I think the difference is just, I think 25 or 15. 25. Now, next question is, which tool is commonly used in data science? Which tool? Excel, Photoshop, PLC player, WhatsApp? Excel, right? Alpha maintains the first position. MSK has disappeared. Which of these is a type of data visualization? Some will list bar charts, screenshots, and passwords. Bar charts, right? Alpha maintains. Now we have the second person, Kake. Big data refers to what? Big data refers to small files, large and complex data sets, old photos, broken hard drive. Large and complex data sets. Kake moves to the first position, a total of 6,812. The first step in the software development life cycle is, the first step is testing, designing, requirement analysis, and deployment. So it's requirement analysis. Kake maintains the first position. Which of the following is a programming language? This is easy. Python, Windows, and Bubble. Alright. Python. Kake maintains. Debugging refers to what? Removing insects from computers fixing error in code, painting the user interface, and buying new software. Is what fixing errors in your code. Kake maintains. What does UI stand for? User interface, unique interface, universal internet, and user interface. Kake maintains. Agile methodology focuses on long rigid planning, building software with flexible and quick iteration, deleting old system, rewriting old doctrine. It's building software with flexible and quick iteration. Okay. Now we have a new person, I think Abdul, right? AI mainly involves machine performing tasks requiring human intelligence, making large robots, fixing computer hardware, printing documents. It's machines perform tasks requiring human intelligence. Kake maintains 17, 3 more to go. Which of the following is an example of artificial intelligence in everyday life? Electric bulb, autocorrect on a phone, electric fan, and spoon. Autocorrect on a phone is an example of an AI. Wow. Okay. Machine learning allows computers to 1. Sleep, 2. Play music, 3. Learn from data, and 4. Wash dishes. Is learn from data. Let's see. Kake maintains the first position. Which of these is a type of artificial intelligence model? Neural network, spreadsheet, flash drive, and antivirus. Neural network is the correct answer. A robot that looks food, software that communicates with user using artificial intelligence, a type of database, a computer virus. The correct answer is a software that communicates with user using artificial intelligence. CS Alpha Icebreaker, this is the end. Now let's go for the top 3. 2, 1. So now, Kake. So, who is Kake? Kake, please come forward. This is just an assurance that we didn't make any mistake to make our president the president of the Republic. Yeah, he has done tremendously well, and he was requesting for support for the, is it a matching app? The app, yeah, the internship matching app. And I want to make a commitment to this because this is from our department and it's supposed to be managed by our department. And I think this is, if actually this goes to production, it will have an everlasting impact, right? Having a dinner is great. Going for field trips, these are all great. But I think having this kind of session, wherein we have an open platform, where each and every one of you will get inspiration from and learn a lot from, is more than having a dinner. In my opinion, So I want to thank Mara very much. I will have a meeting with him and his team to ensure that we take that particular application to the next level. Thank you very much.
Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. From the initial onset of our meeting here today, which is the stepping stone into the future, which is happening now. We have held an AMA Ask Me Anything session with our panelists on all, which is going to happen now. I hope you have your questions set because the participation is expected. The participation is greatly expected, guys. Hello? One of our panelists that is present here today is a data scientist, an IT project and portfolio manager, and an AI and machine learning expert. He does research in mineral mining and analysis and innovation. This person that I'm about to welcome on stage is Mr. Emmanuel Adonis Septimus Toure.
Check mic.
Welcome, sir. Welcome. Next to join us here today is a cyber security specialist with an experience in data processing, web application security, network security, incident response, malware analysis, and threat intelligence. Having over 5 years of experience in the industry, working with the government and the financial institution of Sierra Leone, we are welcoming Mr. Mohamed Leb. From one of our own, from one of our own, who is a predecessor and a graduate from the University of Makeni, the computer science department, and also an engineer at the Ubuntu, and also the president of the computer science alumni. Joining us here today for our AMA is Mr. Augustine Safa Martin. An expected guest who was supposed to have studied public health and environmental skills and also a research assistant at the University of Albany in the United States of America, Dr. Tamba Levy. Unfortunately, he could not be present here today, and we are kicking events from our present panelists. Welcome. Sending over the podium to my colleague, our Secretary General of Computer Science, Mr. Ben Fakri.
sound system is giving us is, I think we have to continue. This parallel, we have the sound system. This is AMA panel. Of course, the president has already told you what we are here for. It is the CS Alpha program. The CS Alpha, we introduced it in order for us to interact with professionals who have been already in the tech ecosystem to ensure and also clear the path way for us, give us insights how best we can know the tech ecosystem. With us today, we have people in our midst who are professionals, globally recognized tech transformation leaders, the like of Mr. Anthony Septimus, who was recognized in the United Kingdom as one of the transformation leaders in the tech ecosystem. And also we have Mr. Mohamed Levy, who is also a leader and also the head of cybersecurity in the Sierra Leone Parliament. And we have Mr. Yaja here, who also happens to be the president for the Alumni Association, who is a software engineer at the Ubuntu for Africa. So these people are set in order for them to answer our questions as we first continue or proceed with questions from what we gather from students, the curiosities, and what they were, among many others. So as we proceed, we'll start with Mr. The Sierra Leone government is in the path of tech transformation, fintech, AI, cybersecurity. So also actually meet these criteria in transforming and also protect. Also meet these things already in front of us and also students are explored and also be better security.
Are you getting me? Yeah. Follow me, please. So, with regards to cybersecurity and what actually government put in place, things government has already done. First thing they started with was having a law, because if there is no legislation speaking to cybersecurity, then you won't have a face or know where you're going. So the first thing we have is cybersecurity, Cybercrime Act of 2021, which is the key vision of how digital device can be used and what manner in which you can use them that we consider them illegal. So always when people speak of cybersecurity, I always bring this picture. Earlier on, when we started the session, they did a presentation on how phishing is done using QR code, right? So these people did that. These students did that example using their system. So first thing you should have in mind is there's a law speaking to it. So unauthorized access to any system is a crime. It starts with a fine of 100,000 million to 100 million to up to 250 million, or 2 years to 5 years imprisonment or both. So always do these things in a legal framework. Ask consent first. Do them ethically. It is good to learn these things. And then secondly, what are the things that the government have put in place? As you all know, we have the Ministry of Communication, Technology and Innovation. And you all see the drive at which MOCTI is moving technology nationwide and even beyond. These are things that the government have put in place that students can tap into. We have the digital strategic plan that is ongoing. We have things of, we have things and organizations like we have PISTEX Foundation that is open to mentor students into all techs and cybersecurity, including blockchain-related activities. These are things students can tap into. These are opportunities that we can seize. I always say this, you're not young to learn anything, and as CS Alpha is saying, the future is here, and it's in your hands, and it's on those mobile devices you carry every day. Use those data wisely and learn, and let's keep learning.
Thank you very much. As he has said, we have to use our mobile devices well in order for us to learn and also tap into the opportunities the government has already provided. The Cybersecurity Crime Act of 2021 states the crimes, some of the things that we should do and what we should not do. And also we have Mr. Septimus Ture, who is a globally recognized tech transformation leader. He was awarded with the Technology Visionary of the Year at the University of Oxford in the UK. And also he's a passionate person for data science and also health tech. So Mr. Septimus Ture, there are people here who have already studied public health or who are studying public health and they love technology because they know that technology is cut across every discipline and every facet of life. How? Thank you for that, and also for honoring our invitation at the University of Nigeria. Now for you to give insight. But as students are curious, what are the opportunities? Because you've already seen some of those tech transformation in the international community. Their tech ecosystem is big, and Sierra Leone or West Africa is also fastly approaching to transition or also embrace technology in the health sector. But what are the opportunities lying ahead of students? Or what are these things that students must embrace in order for them to fit into those opportunities or grab those opportunities and also transform this country to be digitally recognized country in West Africa or the globe?
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, in programs like this, I always like to give a background about myself, my journey from geology to technology. I actually had my first degree in geology at the Florida College. And then for reasons I just don't know, maybe because of the passion for technology, I took a smooth transition into data science. So, yes, I did a joint master's in data science in Russia and Denmark for 2 years. So, why am I giving you this background? Is to tell you that you don't need to be a tech person from day one. You can transition from any field into technology. It all depends on your passion. And that passion is the drive that will take you to places. Maybe I have to tell you this again. I'll be doing my PhD in Oxford University. And I'll be concentrating on AMR, for those who are medical students here, antimicrobial resistance. Why did I opt for this one? Problem solving. You know, being a tech person, you have to identify problems in society, burning issues, and then you have to be a problem solver. And so, to answer my brother here, there are vast opportunities for those in the medical field. Part of my modules I did when I was studying my MSc in data science was medical informatics. It's a blend of data science AI, and medicine. There are huge opportunities. There are a lot of research opportunities. There are a lot of opportunities in the pharmaceutical industry. Now you just go to LinkedIn, probably if I have to shoot one here, you can see the numbers of jobs popping up every day for medical informatics specialists. The medical field and technology works simultaneously. And because most people want to see how best they can probably solve problems in that field, they embrace those who have a bit of background in medicine and blended with those with a background in technology related things. So yes, the opportunities are there. But how are you going to tap into those opportunities? It starts with your passion for what you really want to go into. What do you need? You start with your basic computer. Are you friends to computers? For tech-related field, you have to be a friend to computers. You have to be that person who has to say, I will have to go the Manchester United game against Arsenal and stick to my computer to see what I have to do. I mean, you have to learn basic skills, programming skills. Python, for those who use the language Python, R, and some analytical solutions. You have to be somebody who is stubborn. Why was I called for the Technology Visionary of the Year award? Like I said, it's all linked with the research I am about doing. I realized there was Ebola in Sierra Leone, and we suffered back in the South region. And we also all experienced Corona. We all have, we constantly have malaria and other sicknesses around. So what do? I'm not a medical person, but how am I going to help the medical people fix this one? And so I thought about getting a solution. I called it the Geo-Environmental Information System. I thought of this idea and said, look, if we have outbreaks in, for instance, Kissy-Mesmes, you have to kind of think about the trend. How is it flowing? For those who are interested in data science, those are the basic things you have to look into. Where do we have the hotspots? So my solution, which was recognized as Nobel, is to spot those hotspots using technology. And so, we are smart individuals. What we need to do is to be thinking about how we solve problems in our society. That will make you an extraordinary technologist. As an extraordinary technique. So, for the health, there are a lot of opportunities. And those are open. There are foundations. You have the Gates Foundation. You probably just need to be something online. Familiar yourself with, researching. For those who are, who have started using ChatGPT, maybe if you can give the right prompt, you'll have answers for them. So make yourself that easy person who checks online, ask questions. There is one professor in Jai. Most of you know Professor Vijay, right? And Dr. Lapo. How many of you know Dr. Lapo? For those in the medical field, These people are leading researchers currently in Sophia, and they are more focused in AMR and other related, medical researches. So I think you can reach out to them. You can reach out to other professionals in different fields. There are a lot of people willing to embrace that. Like very self, I'm always open to talking to people. When they reached out to me, it was like, this is what I like doing most. So you as a student who wants to be a problem solver have to be that inquisitive and persistent person in searching for the right people and asking the right questions. Once you do that, you are on the go.
Thank you very much, Mr. Adonis. As he has said, there are a lot of opportunities out there for us, the computer science students, and also even those who are not in the tech or the computer science field. I met most of them on LinkedIn. I asked them for connection. They approved my connection, and we started talking. Even Mr. Mohammed Levy, I asked him to be my mentor, and he agreed. And we started conversation, and I told him about the CS Alpha. So thank you all for being here, for giving insight, and also CS Alpha will serve as an eye-opener for us to tap into those opportunities. Mr. Yaja, computer science, and also you study there. There are many universities producing computer science graduates every year. But most of these students do not even know how to code or even create projects, as Mr. Adonis was saying, that we must have to solve problems. But problem solving does not have to come with only observation. It has to come with you implementing it, observing, providing a solution to that problem. So how are students or even universities to shape their curriculum in order for students to start practicing or even engaging into real-life projects in order for them to ensure that when they go into the corporate world, they will actually solve problems? Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Moderator. Of course, I want to start by saying I'm excited to be here because this is my university. Started here. This is where it all started. At Yoni, we all know Yoni immediately. So anytime I'm called upon by the department or student body, I'm always welcome. So, of course, definitely I've been through a lot and I've seen a lot that's been through the university. And I want to say these are the challenges that all and I for your horizon as to the opportunities that within the tech space. At that time, it was very, but how we navigate this is the tech space. But to your question, it's kind of very difficult. This has to deal with top management, or low-level management. What I mean here is how we can create this enabling environment for students at the university to have hands-on experience to the real world problems. One of the things, let's start with the top-level management. I think one of the things the university should do, and especially, for instance, the science department, is to ensure that they liaise with institutions, government institutions, and also look at the wider scope of what are the recent trends. It might interest you that I'm not in the education sector for now, but I believe in most universities the curriculum are outdated. So these are some of the things universities all over Sierra Leone should look into. We need to tweak our curriculum, and we need to incorporate these new technologies that are emerging. For instance, about cloud services. I don't think we have that in our curriculum. But these are things in the software engineering space ecosystem. It is very relevant as a software engineer. And for me, basically, personally, some of these services I learned
from opportunities that I see outside. We have the Google Cloud Scholarship Program, which I applied for, and then I got it. And that's how I came to learn about Google services. This was far-fetched for my time at uni. So these are the things as students. You have the opportunities now, and of course this is a great platform because you have industry people who are sitting there giving you insight as to the opportunities that are there outside. So that is for the part of the top level management of tweaking our curriculum. And also with the top level management is to ensure that students are given opportunities to like placement. And of course, I kind of very much impressed with what's been going on, and of course with the presentation showed by the president that has to do with the relationship of linking students to internship opportunities. This is a possible solution to problems we have right now of students getting these opportunities. And one thing I will mention here is I'm currently working at Ubuntu Africa, a software engineering company. Institutions also need to look into. I think Unimac, of course, Unimac is thriving in that area in such that I think the opportunity of Ubuntu sprung out of Unimac, where the university has a collaboration with the company there, Vitali in Spain, and then our model is to train, after training, then Ubuntu employs staff. Of course, I am opportunity to be one of the first calls of that particular model for which we are trained, of the technologies that we need to use for the company, and then after all this, we have been trying to transition to a workplace unit. So these are some of the things top level management should look at. And then let's come to the middle level management. We know the difficulties there in Sierra, more especially for students to have such opportunities and placement as you asked. While students, I'm always saying this, we should not relent. I am here because of my curiosity. We need to keep on learning. There are times we don't have the opportunities, but it's better to learn and have the skills. So when you have the skills, you never might know where the opportunity will come one day. So to keep on learning skills, don't worry about opportunities, it will come. And when it comes, of course, everything
for this site. And this question will go for all our panelists. In as much as students are looking for opportunities, as our keynote speaker, as a company called Monini, and also students are here who are struggling to develop platforms, like our president started Kusomi in the beginning, it's a corner word, for internship, and also some of us even created an EdTech platforms, whereas we can also streamline our educational system to be digitally seen out there. One of those is J4Me developed something called Me School for grading in order for us to calculate our grades. And also there are students here with dreams. So policies or regulations are going on. What are these enabling environments? Those of you who are in the private sector, and Mr. Mohamed Levy, for you who are in the government sector, but this enabling environment should be there in order for students to thrive, and also to ensure that we can develop this country digitally, and also we can transform this country, build the human capital that we want, and become the independent country that we are aiming to be. So what are these enabling environments for students to actually thrive in the tech ecosystem?
Yeah. Okay. Going back to Mokti, technically I should not be speaking for Mokti, but because they are working on things that I hackathon or 5 something with regards to AI and technology, it's currently going on. So these are one opportunity. This is just
And these are the platform, or I can say, these are the institutions that are there that you can walk on to. They have their own law, and of course, Monimi, I tried previous, I think about a month or two, I had a discussion with your financial guy, Abubakar. So we had talks around that also. See how we can get Sierra Leoneans working on our own systems, working on our own technologies, working on our own softwares. Monimi is doing a great thing, working as a fintech platform, trying to bridge that gap between payments. Now imagine having students from Unimac pen testing their systems, finding vulnerabilities within them. This is like just building the society. Now we don't need to bring experts from the US, we don't need to bring experts from India. We have them. All we need to do is to nurture them. Push them to the direction where the skills that are required in the industry are being taught. Give them the tools. Introduce them to the platform. And then we have a technology growing society that we all will be imagining. We want to be like the US, the UK, the Canadas. It starts with us. And it starts with trust from the private sector also. Sorry I'm not doing what yet. We have to tap into opportunities like this, and of course we have to give the students the opportunity. Fortunately for me, I didn't study in Sierra Leone. I did my master's in cybersecurity at the National Forensic Science University in India, the first and the only forensic science university in the world. So many people ask why I'm here. I could have stayed. I got 3 offers, one from KPMG, one from Minty, and from Google. But I'm here because I believe it's only us can move our technological space to where we want it. No one will come and help us if we don't help ourselves. So now, again, use that your device. Use the internet you have. Surf the web. Be curious. You only learn when you're curious. Search the internet. There are lots of free platforms that you can practice for free. There are lots of tools that you can use for free. They are a secure and a digital enabled society.
What are these enabling environments? You've seen in the UK where opportunities in order for them to even be working in those companies. And for Sierra Leone, unfortunately, there are private sectors who do not offer internship opportunities. Many of us seek for those internship opportunities, or even job, or even try to partner with some of these companies, but it's quite hard for us to get those opportunities. So what is the enabling environment you think Sierra Leone should adapt in order for us to progress in the digital space or the ecosystem?
So let's start with the opportunities here is really. I think there is a ministry of youth, and I also believe, maybe my brother here can attest to it, that students in universities, have the opportunity to kind of write an application, request to do an internship in a certain ministry or agency or department. So the responsibility or the onus is on the students themselves. Your success starts with you and how. To embellish on what my brother was saying here, it starts with research. One thing Sierra Leonean students, I think we sharpened that one because of the environment we are still. This is students to probably work in groups, abroad. It is also a responsibility of you to like. For most Sierra Leonean students don't ask questions. That you are in school. I always tell people you can have the finest grade and still cannot have what you want in life. So have you asked yourself, why is this happening to most people? Most grade A students not having good jobs. You cannot be so smart and not appreciate. You cannot be so smart and not ask questions. As much as you are learning, you have to like kind of, get a mix of your social life. So ask the right questions. If you want to do an internship, for instance, I am the project manager for the Universal Access Development Fund. For the past years, we have been having students from Jala who are internship to us. The UADM is actually under the Ministry of Communication Technology and Communication. And MOPT have a lot of research opportunities. There is one of my mentees, I think he knows it, he studied also in India. They do not just get the classroom education, but they have the opportunities to flex their fingers, so that reached out to the viability. So you have people there who are always willing to teach. Some of the other platforms, but YouTube have a lot of learning tools there. You can self-learn. Most of us never knew nothing about programming. The first thing we did was to get familiar to YouTube first. There is nothing you can type on YouTube that you cannot add. And some of these, visual learning is one of the easiest ways to learn something. What you see, the videos you see, the step-by-step explanations. There are diagrams of those ones online. But you are not just going to watch the video, you practice what they teach you on the video. It's not just about watching. The first hello word I wrote, I taught myself that one. After going to YouTube and asking YouTube for introduction to Python. And then I started watching the step-by-step explanation. There are many tutors there. Once you learn from those ones, take your computer and start practicing. Whatever they say here, whatever they do there, you practice it. You have to be smart if you want to be good in technology. So yes, there are a lot of opportunities. The only thing you need to do is ask, search, go for mentorship. Go to those institutions, ask them for opportunities. It's all on you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Adams, for being here and also opening our minds to these opportunities, and also to you, Mr. Mohamed Levi, for this. And I believe there are people who are passionate about cybersecurity. They will reach out to you for mentorship and also these ideas, how best we can practice or being professionals as you become. And quickly, sir, the same question for this enabling environment as other panelists have answered. Are there opportunities specifically to go to, because you are an alumni and also the president for the Alumni Association? Are there opportunities or internship opportunities at Ubuntu and also the link or other institutions here in Makeni that students at the Computer Science Society can in order for us to get real world experience and also implement some of the solutions we've already started?
So actually at Ubuntu, because this is something we had discussion with our president. I think
three weeks back when he came. Because actually, for now, the mandate does not cover that within the scope of our organization. And with that, we have to discuss not only with the management here, but also we have to discuss with the management in Spain to see how these are as well, Samora, to see what could be done towards that. And definitely I think it's something that will be necessary, more especially since we are within Makeni. And of course I know there are other companies that are offering internship opportunities. And I think students can tap into that. I think Link Corporation is one. So I think you already have some mentors you can reach out to for people that are in Link Corporation. So again, as my other colleagues have mentioned, there are times you don't have to wait. You just have to like, okay, let me give it a try. Most times this is how I see things. When I apply for certain things, I'll just say, oh yeah, I will give them a try and see. That's all I do. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it's fine, I move on. So I think you should be trying those with these institutions. I know it's very difficult because it's common. Most times, you get these opportunities for internship based on connections. Maybe you know somebody there and then they link you up. And there are times you just having these opportunities out of the blues without no connection, and so it's very difficult. But that should not stop you. You should just give it a try. You never can tell, you never can know. So that's the only thing.
For the computer science department to have you to give us the insight and also create the awareness that we must have to engage in research and also tap into those opportunities out there. As the panelists have said, there are more opportunities. So we will only take one question from the audience in order for us to end this session, because there is another program for us to engage in. The keynote speaker is here for us to also listen to what he has for us. One question from the audience. One.
My question goes to Mr. Levy. Mr. Levy, as a student-led cybersecurity organization, Byte Secret to be precise, during my introduction, I mentioned about the awareness training that we did in most of these secondary schools in Makeni. As this organization, though it was sponsored by one of our lecturers, Mr. Samora, but he is not with us presently. As the head of cybersecurity in Syria, how can you boost our confidence that actually don't have the moment, like in providing internship? Also, there are trainings going on in the country, but we don't have those opportunities from you guys. As vice defenders, we want to expand our knowledge, most especially like we are focusing on cybersecurity. With your help, how best can you help us in achieving these goals?
Okay, thank you very much. First of all, I want to thank your team for the work you've been doing, sensitizing people around cybersecurity related activities and how they could be safe online and not offline. As you know, cybersecurity doesn't only stays online, it's also offline. So, getting down to your question, we have the National Cybersecurity Coordination Center, the NC3. They are responsible to coordinate all cybersecurity related activities inside and outside of the country. By law, they've given them all the powers to coordinate these activities. So within the NCP, there is, if you have been following up, you will see that over the years, they have been a lot of cybersecurity awareness training. They've been doing it with schools. They even do it with, I will point you to them. Reach out to them. I personally know the coordinator, Madam Mariana. She is a very nice person, and she listens. So all you have to do is reach out to them. Aside from them, now you are doing cybersecurity related activities, you are running a campaign, you are sensitizing people. It's about you. It's your passion. And of course, doing this thing involves financial constraints. So it involves finances. There's nothing you do that doesn't involve finances. Me being here today at this moment, I have to drive from Freetown to Makini after 10 years of being in Makini and it's all because of CSR Alpha. So it's hard. Yes, I told him I'm back in Makini for the first time after 10 years. And I was struggling to even find my way around the city. And then unfortunately I was hit by network, internet, which are the constraints we have. You don't speak cybersecurity without talking about internet facilities. They work hand in hand. So now why Mokti? I always call Mokti because they are like the father when it comes to tech and cybersecurity. Within Mokti is where you find NCP. So they are the head of everything. Right to them. I was even surprised after having a discussion with a colleague about this event. He asked me, why didn't they reach out to Mokti for partnership? And I was like, I don't know what they are doing, but I want to see what they've done first, then I can advise later. Mokti would be very much interested in partnering because this is the vision they are pushing. This is the vision of His Excellency. The Big Five cybersecurity cuts across is an enabler of all the Big Five. Youth empowerment, cybersecurity can provide empowerment for youth. Agriculture, with the various automated systems we have, or the various sensors we have in tech and agriculture being combined, you need cybersecurity to protect those devices. Medicine, you see now we have telemedicine. All the Big Five cybersecurity cuts across. So there are lots of opportunities in that field, in that industry. But again, I will have to advise, if you are to tap into it, it's not just about the name. I'm the head of cybersecurity. Can you actually analyze a simple DOM file? Can you actually scan a system and actually interpret what that scan is? You need to understand these things. So don't jump the basics. Don't rush to be a cybersecurity expert. Learn your networking. Learn the protocols. Because these are the things you need. We need to say when we call you, when we have an incident, you can actually stop the incident and not tell us grammar, like I'm telling you now. Because all you know now is the grammar I'm telling you. But the team I've worked with can tell you what I can do. So you need to be that student that they would know you for what you can actually do, not what you can say you can do. And when once I'll ask, it's not like they are answerable to me, but they are colleagues, and I can speak to them. They can't tell accept your request, but they can tell me because we have confidentiality in what we do. And they can confide in me and tell me why they can't accept your request. And I can tell you is closed, you knock the other door. Keep knocking the doors until they open. So keep pushing.
Thank you very much. As we have come to the end of this particular AMA panel, and I want to thank the panelists for being here, most especially Mr. Adonis. You've come so far from Freetown. In fact, he came this morning. I had to go to Wusu Hotel to bring him here. And also to Mr. Mohamed Levy. It has taken 10 years since you've been here. It is because of CSR, because you believe in human capacity building. You believe in also building the students in order for us to fill the gap when we shall have left the space, and also for us to develop this country, and also for us to be good citizens and also transform the digital space of this country as we want. So thank you all for being here. We appreciate you, and also we would love for you to be here again. Thank you all. We would love to call Engineer Wori back to award our panelists the certificates of participation as they've been here. Thank you. So, good afternoon. So, on behalf of the Computer Science Society and the Computer Science Department at the University of Makeni, we present a plaque of honor to Mr. Emmanuel A.S. Toure. Award for Mr. Augustine Y.S.Y. And then, of course, we have one for Mr. Mohamed Levy. Check mic.
Hello. Thank you very much to our panelists. We really appreciate the participation of the departments here today, the turn up, the conversations and everything. Thank you guys very much. On the next thing on our is to introduce our guest speaker. Our guest speaker is the co-founder and the chief executive officer of the CRIC, an award-winning justice innovation that automates the entire justice chain from the inception of a case to the release of an inmate, providing a single view of the offender's journey. This our guest speaker, is passionate about access to justice and the use of technology to improve the speed of justice delivery. From the 2019 Leaders of Africa Awards, allow me to introduce Mr. Soiba Dafe, the CEO of Money. Welcome, sir.
Check. Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm humbled and elated to be here today to talk to you guys and to engage with you. I'll not bore you with who is Soiba Dafe. And I had one of the colleagues saying he left here some 10 years ago, I left here some 19 years ago. The head of the department was a friend, and several other colleagues I see out here. Thank you once more. My topic, or what I have to talk about, is quite distinct. It says, no skill, no problem. How do you go from a student to innovator? And I saw that as a very complex conversation. So I rephrased and structured it to me, how do you stay relevant in this day and age? I hope you would accept that alteration. So before I start, I'll make a few commitments here. Some years back, I keep wondering, yes, we're building. I started business around 2014 when I started building justice systems, what we call prison systems. When prison was burnt down, our system was used to identify prisoners. We go to police, these fingerprints are built by us, they're still running there in McKinney and other regions. But I was building many things. I was just involved in many build-ups, various systems. Founded, this is my 6th business, is in Monaco. Built several things and I've been involved in the ecosystem, meaning I know Sierra Leone to a large extent, not just from enthusiasm, but practically telling you what you're doing may work or may not work, because I've stumbled into those things and I know. So, the challenge we face in the market, so around 2018, 2019, we hired some of the, I think the 5 of the top 8 graduates from Lincoln. I was so passionate to drive this. And I found that something was wrong, foundationally wrong with computer science in the country. And I'm an engineer. I studied engineering first and later a lawyer. So complex phases. But what we learned from that was, yes, people were enthusiastic about computer. But remember, computer was moving from learning Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and all these things. Now, proper conversations like what we are having now. So everybody, when they say, I study computer, what they were doing was Microsoft Word, Excel, and all these packages. And that was for them computer. Fantastic, it's good. These are the basics. And everybody needed to learn that. And so we realized there were some students coming from these schools as their robots, meaning they came from businesses, meaning business studies in high school. Some came from arts. They thought this was a place to just converge and do something. Yes, fantastic. I like the venture of trying it. But they have a limit. Meaning when they build basic things, what you see is what they can build. And it's the same problem all across the country now. The education is battered, I must say. It's seriously damaged. Those cognitive abilities are gone. So we need to see computer as one of engineering, or say computer science to be specific, are two spaces where you're expected to know everything. You're building an automobile, a self-driving car. You're expected to answer a philosophical question of, I am coming, there is a baby, there is a 65-year-old one, there is a teenager. Who do I kill? Do I kill myself or anyone of this world? What? So this is a complex philosophical question. Philosophers have tried attempting to who is important in society. In that case, is it the customer? Is it me? As in I kill myself? A software engineer just writing a code makes that decision to say kill this guy. Because you have to kill someone. Someone has to die. So it's that complicated. Engineers are answering questions that have not been answered for the longest time in human existence. The same for lawyers. They need to know everything. If it is insurance you're talking to, they have to be au fait with the domain. Especially good lawyers, who are not lazy lawyers. So these two domains, amongst others, you have to be vast. And so it requires rigorous thinking. So having built all this, I'll come to the topic quickly. We started off with MoneyMe. So sometimes when I talk about MoneyMe, someone will say, how do I use MoneyMe? I want to pay. How are they pay using MoneyMe? No. So we saw the financial ecosystem as three NAVs. There's a consumer, who is you. There's a merchant, who is EDSA, who is your Chapol, who is that store, Monopoly, or anyone. There's a merchant. There's an agent, who is that guy who top-ups your account or a bank branch. It's the same. So these three NAVs have to be solved. And so we're very strategic. So we approached the problem as an infrastructure problem, an engineering problem. It was an engineering question. It was not just, I want to use app, download this app and start by using. No. Today, we're building tools here. Do you want to go talk to Orange, AfriMoney, all these guys, MasterCard, Visa card, and all that? So we set ourselves to build an infrastructure to say, hey, come to us, we give you one API. You can access all these rails. You can access over 15 rails inside you, meaning you can receive money from a bank, and also you must have heard of the Volts, you must have heard of the Watus who give you phone loans and bikes, you must have heard of Elephant, but all these guys process. Our processing capacity now, as we speak in numbers, is running around $4, $5, $6 million monthly. That's the volume of processing. We're just an infrastructure layer. We're like a toll road to Freetown. You come with your vehicle and your passengers, you pay your toll fee, and go. So someone needed to build that highway, that road. And so we said ourselves, it's a complex engineering problem. It's not a problem you see or say, with the app. No, it's not that. It's not that simple. It's complicated. Hundreds of microservices are running on Kubernetes clusters, orchestrating many things all together. But all you want to see is simplified APIs that will allow you to do whatever you want to do. So that's MoneyMe. And to simplify it was a blessing to have Unimac established. We were around when Fatima Institute was. What can we do? There is power in McKinney, not like many other places. There's computer science now being studied in McKinney, around the country. What can we do? And this question is coming on the backdrop that we are building upstream, we're building solutions, but downstream the supply is missing. So right now we build all of these things. We want an infrastructure engineer who understands Google infrastructure. Nobody. We want to hire internationally. Nobody, except our capacity, what we can do. We need someone to bring a new expertise in the domain. Nobody, because the supply, the human resource that has that competence, that complex thinking capability should be there as well, pick from them. So that is missing in the country right now. And the question was, how can we help? So we're thinking about this. We're thinking there's no clear solution for now, but it aligns with the commitment I'm making here today that we're ready to adopt or take 2 of your fine students for this year to come and learn and sit with us as we plan these things and as we see engineering. So here's a challenge. I normally tell stories to let people understand. that there are giants that have collapsed over the years. And these giants are from smaller countries. So they call it the unicorn capital of the world. It's called Stockholm, it's in Sweden. That's where Nokia, Ericsson, Lovable now you see is from there, Spotify is from there. Most of these AI companies now see Klarna, who is buying our pay data company. All of these are coming from a small place, just few people. Okay, it could be bigger than that place. There's a concentration of high caliber human resource in one location, and Makeni can be in that place if we set ourselves for that. So it's a challenge. Do you want to miss out in what the world is becoming, or do you want to be the best at what you do right now? And that's what we're going to run through largely. So I would say that innovation starts without skills. You don't need the expertise to begin. I say that from an informed point. I entered university and got a job from Celtel when I was just entering university because I had computer skills. By the time I left college, I could afford some things. So I was a student in university. Daytime I'm working, at night I'm working, daytime I'm taking classes. And this was engineering, electrical electronics engineering. For 5 years, I was busy working in all of this. But by the time I left university now, I was a trained engineer, more or less, ready now. My colleagues came from university, they met me now as their supervisor. Very funny. But it means you don't need the expertise to start. You just start building. You just need the right mindset. So I will not go deeper into all of these conversations because a lot has been said by the panelists and even many other speakers, including the head of the department and the society's leader, Mr. Mara, aka Kake. So I'll narrow my conversation to 3 principles, which I think will be of help as you leave this room today. One of them has been said by the panelists, is curiosity over credentials. So someone keep asking, why do you have to study law? Why do you have to do an MBA from LSE? Why do you have to do all these things? Because I'm searching, 2 tangents to my conversation. I'm searching for knowledge on one hand, and I'm struggling to make sure I innovate as well. Because knowledge transforms innovation generally. It changes your perspective. The moment you have some more knowledge, it changes everything. And this is very important because our days, I would have to scout through the EPP bookstores in Freetown to look for a VB code book, Visual Basic book. I would get one and I would celebrate that. I would take it home and I would be reading and I would almost memorize every page and try it out on my lazy machine. It was not standing. I would lean it on the wall to make sure it works. But it was curiosity, it was nothing else. It was curiosity. I wanted to discover the world. I wanted to know how things are done. And that has been simplified by AI. The age of having knowledge as your advantage is gone. So you remember, the big lawyers would say, you need to learn the trade from me, you have to watch me how I do this thing. But that same information is now abundantly available for you, like I can read text overnight, and I have the same understanding that that lawyer has, not practically. He has mixed that with practical experience, but I'm very close now. I can leapfrog. So it means it doesn't matter where you sit, you have internet, you have that connectivity, you have your phone, as one of the panelists said. You're here, there's electricity. You can open that device and enter the world today and build something beyond Sierra Leone. And the way we think in all we build within Monterey, we're in Guinea recently trying to explore and roll out something, maybe a switch or something of that type. We're trying to enter free market. We never built for Sierra Leone. We built multi-currency. We built everything taken care of, moving to any country, even Nigeria or Ghana, anywhere. We never thought of Sierra Leone as the only market to stay in because we know the world is our oyster, like we can go anywhere now. And that's how you should start thinking. This is a small country, we would never go. I was in South Africa and I met a mentor who told me, Your country is small, but I think with AI now you can have access to similar types of resources in this small environment. So curiosity boys were proven to be better. So you have to know your stuff, and anybody will be there to hire. Case in point, our CTO is a self-taught program. Principle 1. Principle 2, pivot over perfect. So you should understand the world is changing. So Nokia in 2007, they had 40% of the market share of the world. Everybody had Nokia then. 40% were selling millions of phones. They were worth 40% of the market share of all phones put together. And what did the CEO say? Because Steve Jobs was rolling out Apple then, Apple phones. He said nobody would pay $500 for a phone. What he failed to understand was the world was changing. Human needs are the same, by the way. The world was changing. He wanted more. So Steve Jobs said, why do I need to keep a keyboard on a phone when sometimes I don't need it always? I want to watch a movie, but this keyboard is occupying the screen. Why not get rid of it? When I want to watch a movie, when I want to type something, I show it up and I get rid of it. That's powerful thinking. It's first principle thinking. It's not adaptive thinking. It's first principle. Meaning I have to change, I have to break this place and show people a new way of doing things. You can teach people what they need. If you are deep in entrepreneurship, people may not say right now I need this, but when you build this, so you have to think first principle and say this is not working. And there's a whole talk, maybe we'll be having those conversations around first principle thinking and adaptive thinking. I give more of these to banks during their end of year retreats. Most times they invite us to talk about that. So it's pivot over perfect. Pivot means you are water, you are not diamond. Water occupies every space, right? So that it can be frozen and it will still absorb that. But diamond, if you subject it to heat, it breaks, right? So you should be water, not diamond. Meaning your brain should work to pivoting as quickly as you can around ideas, around things. You may just discover something today that will just transform how you think about this concept. And for every concept you build, there should be a thesis. What is your belief? What is your belief? What is your belief in money? I will not reveal to you our thesis when it comes to money and money mean, but everything has a thesis. Like what do you hold dearly? What is your standing point? What is the northern star? That this is that belief, and I need to prove this in some way, shape, or form. It only comes to few people. People who understand patterns. Patterns is recognizing how human being behaves, how things show up, and then you see through. Nobody is seeing, but you're seeing the end there. And you know, if I feel this, I'm getting that. So a lot of people, for money, you don't see what is coming. Many things come. We're going to attack all the nerves of the digital economy. But we started off with infrastructure, where ecosystem players, and we build the foundation of it. Now we can build anything. Anything. Think of anything you can imagine within the digital ecosystem. We can do. So rethink your career. It is not a ladder, it is a portfolio. Everything is helping you. So when I say I started around 2014 thereabouts, I meant I have made a lot of mistakes. But everything is adding up now to what I'm saying now. Everything is showing up clearly. I've understood patterns. I've seen things now clearly. Very well that I make little mistakes. I did not succeed. No. I built several things, including the SMSs you get now. This is good. Yeah. So it leads to my third point. I guess you can hear me clearly. It leads to my third point. That is the third principle. It says, serve people, not systems. I hope you remember these principles. Serve people, not systems. I hate it when I get into a room and people are talking about AI, blockchain, and all this. You're confusing me, man. What do you want to solve? These are tools. They're systems to be used to solve human needs. So when you talk about them from a human needs standpoint, I understand. So I understand the complexities of the chain and all that bit. I understand all those things, but don't bother me with all those things. What are we trying to fix here? Is it blockchain we want to talk about? Let's go to an academic forum and talk about how efficient is it, how Solana is better than the other chains. No. I'm
interested in human stories. So serve people, very important, than serving systems. You're obsessed with systems, you keep bragging about these systems, how these technologies work. No, talk about problems. What do you want to solve specifically, and how can you solve that? And you need systems, the tools to be able to achieve that generally. So innovation is not about the technology in a rounded sense. So focus on real needs. Systems and tools will evolve. AI has not settled. The boom is still out there. Now we see Gemini and Google. The guy, everybody who understands technology will know Google was going to win this race. They're so big, they're everywhere. They're Android, they're your Google search, they're YouTube. They have data that nobody has in the world. And if these guys are to raise their head, they were just afraid. They've done all the things, the AlphaGos, the proteins. They've done all the things you needed to know, but they were afraid to just show up. But a startup came, OpenAI, and just show something. Everybody was like, oh, but you have to read through that these guys are more deeper, they're thorough in what they've done. The day they show their head, the dust will settle. They are not reliant on NVIDIA, they have their own TPUs. So just read through, you would understand that outside the noise, there are realities. And those realities are very important. And so focus on the tool, focus on the real needs of the people, not the tools, because these tools are going to change. The AI we see now is going to change. You'll see the morphing from a monolithic system of answering all questions to now agentic. Like microservices. This is doing this and it's good at this. It's doing this and it's good at this. But it's not good at everything. Nobody in the right frame of mind will think of the one system can answer all the questions in the world. No. And Google had that from day one. There in the world. Let's build proteins. How do you create the new sets of protein molecules? So these guys were very clear about specific things that AI could do. And is showing up now. So in all of this, understand these tools are there and they're going to evolve. They're going to get new ones. But human needs are going to remain the same. And so anyone that comes, assess it. Can I use it? Yes. And then you use it in your stack. Beyond the three principles, I'll tell anybody to partner with AI. So AI is not your competitor. AI is your amplifier. So you use AI for automation, research, and speed. You can focus now on what AI cannot do: creativity, insight, and impact. That's what you would focus on. So I use AI a lot. Several people use AI a lot. I talk about lawyers, talk with lawyers about AI and all that. Some people are scared, some are not scared. But all they don't know, it's an amplifier. It just moves you from one level to the next level quickly. For now, when I do my product conceptualization, it will take me time because I have to go individually. Has this been done in Latin America? Has it been done in Asia? Which companies and what made them fail? Which research paper? I will look at all these things and make sure that it shoots very well. But you realize now with AI, I just compound all of this into a giant prompt. And I get this spew of information overnight just like that. And I make a decision and I move quickly to the next thing. So our iteration times are faster and better now. So here are practical steps for you as students. Identify one thing that you're curious about. It's a task to you to explore. Maybe start this week or the coming week. Find one way to serve and help someone using what you know. When change comes, the question you should answer is, how do I flow with this change? That's a big question you have to answer. You may wake up tomorrow, all of what we know will just go obsolete. Some new things have just changed. How do you flow with that? Is the biggest question we have to attend to. So as I close, I'll close on a few words. You don't need skills to start. Skills come from starting. I normally say, some people will say, River, a brilliant guy, was first in class, went to university and all these things. But no, I treat that as a secondary thing. My hard work was what is paying off. And I can bet you if I put a grade A student here and a hard work in one, if he focuses more, he would beat this guy not to start giving. So put in the work. Put in the work. Forget this drama of he's smart, he can reason things quickly, he can analyze it quickly, he can see through things. No, put in the work. I read like nobody's business. I read everything, anything I lay hands on. I'm trying to discover the world. I'm trying to understand the world in books and in other forms. So those who learn to dance with uncertainty don't just survive, they lead. Those who learn to dance with uncertainty, they don't just survive, they lead. Because you know the world is changing, and uncertainty is part of us, change is coming. So you have to be ready to adapt to that. I'm ready to be coming around to talk to you guys. We had our developer sessions recently because we're API first. We're interacting with developers. We're at Pristech and Creative Hub Africa. We're at IPAM. We wanted to talk to McKinney, but the distance and all. But we're thinking about it. It's good we have these conversations because we're building for people like you. You are our particular client. You are the people building the next tools. And how do we simplify that for you? How do we give you programmable USSD, for instance, that you can spin off the next moment and you have a USSD running? How do we give you simple ways to simulate certain things in our sandbox environment? How do we expose you to recent technologies like blockchain and the like? So that's what we do, and we're happy to share our knowledge with you. And we hope you can brace up for what the future holds. And once more, we're happy to be here. I'm happy specifically to be here. And thank you for inviting me. It's been a long time. I think it's a good time now to be coming around to see how we can form alliances. Thank you very much, everyone.
We want to thank our keynote speaker for his time, his inspiration, his journey, and calling upon Mr. Inyahuri to give him a very lovely presentation. Ladies and gentlemen, colleagues of this global department, I will beseech and ask us all to one more time, please give Mr. Soliba Dafe a very warm hand of applause. Thank you, sir. We have been here since this morning, and I believe this is not a waste of time. I believe for the award students, this is a great path where you would want to select and know what you want to become or achieve in the next 4 years that you'll be studying with us. For those that are in final year of year 3 moving forward, I believe it is an eye-opener to establish yourself in a position you would love to become in the next years. So without wasting much time, last, I believe we only feel it before we only sweat. But we would like to therefore call on the Vice President, who is no less a person, but before calling her name, she's a very excellent student. She's a qualified year student, and she doubles to be Vice President and one of the most outstanding students in her class. Ladies and gentlemen, colleagues, I would like you all to give the Vice President of this department, Samuela Imwewu, a round of applause.
It's more than that. It's a feel of fulfilling this program is a success. We thank and appreciate you, and also the brain behind this program, our able, strong leaders, and we pray and hope that such programs will be established in the future. To our sponsors, we appreciate you all. To all attendees, students of the same academic school of struggle, we appreciate you for coming and participating with us. The enthusiasm inspired and have seen that computer science is not just a basic IT field, but a field full of fulfillment and innovation. Thank you all once again. I am Samara Imoyo, the Vice President.
Get popular saying at university, they say computer science and boys school. Oh, God, give me the song. So that's the voice of the Vice President. And let us all be reminded that this is an event for each and every one of us. After the event, it is okay for us to network. It's okay for us to So it is okay for us to network. Networking is part of the events for today. Meet new friends, make new ones, catch up with the old ones. And as computer science, there is a mandate. We will not just be living. Every student, whether you are Kulu and everybody, whether you it is mandated by the president that we should create movements like this. So we all, when are students, so over to the president, he has something to say.
So in addition to the vote of thanks, we'd like to thank everyone who participated. Thank you for your attention. And also, we'd like to thank our sponsors. Our first sponsor and major sponsor of this event is Union. We want to thank them and their representative, Mr. Samanga. People listening to us. And we'd like to thank the Women in Cybersecurity, Sierra Leone affiliation, and their representative, Ms. Magdalene. Thank you all for your attention. And we would like to create movements like this. So I think this podium will facilitate for that. So we'll take a group picture. Everybody in the hall, including our guests.
So we create space on that side, where we all take a picture. Everybody with the panelists and the keynote speaker. So please, log on outside, please. Oh.
Hello. Please come outside for pictures.
Asha, are they any live? That's not
Are they end the line? Okay. When you download,